Ram Charan, I'm a huge fan of. I love RRR, Pushpa. All these films are like amazing. So I really want to work with Yash also. My mother was petrified.
Why?
She was like, you do this also? Allu Arjun, and I'm dying to work with.
She's ruled the roost on TV. And now with Junoon, she's created a new space for herself in Bollywood. Welcoming Mouni Roy in conversation with me only on Gulte.com.
Hello! Hello, hello.
I'm very happy
so
because
much for having me here today.
Yeah, and I have to tell you this,
Yes.
that I was in Hyderabad with you for Brahmastra when you went for the event. So this is a Hyderabad publication that I'm doing shows for. They are really lovely. And they told me that people in Hyderabad really love you. And it has started from your TV journey. Like, you know, how much do you get recognized for whatever you've done on TV, whether it's Krishna, Tulsi or Nagin and everything else?
I think down south, you know, Mahadev was dubbed in south and Nagin 1 and Nagin 2. So kind of like when every time that I go to Hyderabad, they start talking to me in their mother tongue, Telugu, thinking that I actually understand them. But unfortunately, I don't speak the language yet. And that's so nice to hear.
I'll teach you something, okay, which I have learned.
Okay.
It's called Ella Unnaru.
Ella Unnaru.
Ella Unnaru is something that I'm asking you, which is how are you?
Oh, Ella Unnaru.
Ba Unnaru.
Baunnara. Baunnara is I'm fine.
Good, yeah. And then one thing that you can tell your fans also, Nenu Ninu.
Nenu Ninu.
Chala.
Chala.
Premistunnanu.
Premistunnanu. Nenu Ninu Chala Premistunnanu.
Which means I love you very, very much.
Okay.
So that's their message also to you.
Oh.
But you know, Mouni, you've created a base all over India because of your TV career. Today, when you receive that kind of love for a role like Junoon in Brahmastra, does it give you a sense of like excitement, also a sense of validation in a way that, you know, whatever you're doing or whatever you've done all these years have come to like, brought you what you wanted?
I am still sinking it all in. It just released like 3-4 days back. So the kind of love that I've been receiving is overwhelming. But yes, I hope this is that moment. This is life changing for me, or I kind of get better roles and opportunities from now on to choose from. Yeah, that's the only wish, I guess.
Do you feel that when you started off with films, a lot of people expected you to do a lot meatier parts because of course they are used to seeing you play the lead on TV. This possibly, I think, has changed that for you completely because you stand opposite stalwarts and then also you hold your ground.
You know, I just have Ayan to be thankful for that he could even visualize me in a role like that. And like you said, I played like, you know, all girl next door kind of roles and like always the positive part. To actually thinking of casting, actually it's both Ayan and Mukesh Chhabra. Mukesh sir actually called me when I was in London shooting for Gold, asking me if I want to be a part of Brahmastra. It was a special appearance then. He said, would you want to do this special appearance in this big Ranbir Alia film? I said, of course, even if it is for a minute, I'll do it. And I came back and I went and met him, and slowly they were developing the story at that point of time. But when the script was being written, and suddenly by the time I was shooting it, after a year, my character had become like the antagonist, the main villain of the film. So, I mean, I only have Ayan and Mukesh sir to thank.
How did it change? When did it change?
It changed during the writing process, I think. But what went into that, you'll have to do a separate interview with Ayan.
I will. I'm meeting him very soon. I'm going to ask him. How did your family react to it? Family and Suraj react to Junoon?
My mother was petrified.
Why?
She was like, you do this also. But my best friend was right there standing next to her. She's like, why auntie? We see her like that all the time. I mean, that was like the Bengali in her, I guess.
Junoon.
Bengali in Junoon, yeah. Which was quite hidden from the rest of the world in my other acting jobs.
You know, there is a certain way you played Junoon.
Yeah.
And if you read the comments, standing up to stalwarts like that, was it a nerve-wracking experience? Especially, you know, when we talk about Telugu films, and Nagarjuna sir is a celebrated, he's a mega star there.
Oh my God. Like, he is the nicest, kindest, so handsome, and a rock solid person and an actor inside out. He brings so much energy and strength on screen. You guys have seen him in the movie, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what he brings on the table is like unmatched. So it was my greatest fortune to be like, you know, sharing screen space with him. For
When
sure.
I met him for the first time this January, initially I was very intimidated because of course he has that aura, right? Because he's like a living legend.
Yeah.
But he is so warm. He makes you
very
comfortable.
warm.
And I've spoken to him only about Calcutta, by the way, with him, like Fuchka and everything. He's like, kahin na kahin se you will get Calcutta into this conversation. So, what are the things that you guys spoke about?
Not much. I didn't. I shot with him for about 2 to 3 days. 3 days, I think. Yeah. It was mostly, and it was very, very hectic. But yes, I've sat next to him, asked him about like his experiences in his various other films. I am a person filled with a lot of questions. So whenever I meet someone, I just start asking questions. And I mean, I didn't get much time because all the women on set like had a secret crush on him.
That's true.
Right from costume to the creators to the direction team, everyone. So everybody was like going and talking to him for some or the other reason. And so yeah, it was quite fun to watch.
When you were in Hyderabad for the press conference, Rajamouli sir presented the film and he was there at the press conference and he made a special mention about you also when he was talking about everybody on the film. It's always somebody that you dream to work with or aspire to work with.
Yes.
Like how does it feel?
I am dying, not dream or aspire, I'm dying to work with him. And I cannot tell you, you know, this entire experience of Brahmastra have been such an out of body experience working with all of them legendary actors. And then, you know, recently going to Hyderabad and Rajamouli sir was presenting the film and it was just, it was magical. Yeah, I don't have any other word for it, so I keep repeating that again and again. It was quite magical and I really definitely do want to work with him. I hope he can find something for me.
Absolutely, he must. Yeah. There are so many films he's doing now.
Yeah, okay.
But I want to know that did you get a chance to talk to him or speak to him?
Not a lot, no. Not. Just in between, like I did have I did get some time to go up to him and tell him what a big fan I was of his and his work. So yeah, that's about it.
But have you ever been offered any South film?
No, never. I've never worked down South, but I really, really want to.
Because a lot of people like you actually. They know you, they love you. Did you notice that when they were talking about you, there was such a loud cheer from the audience because people were waiting ki kab, you know, they will talk and you will talk, and everybody just cheered, and it was like Telugu media and us, of course, but Telugu media was also cheering.
Yes,
did you notice that?
I noticed that, and I thought it was probably because of my TV work that they've all seen, and I just I feel very thankful that, you know, I wasn't in Bombay or in Kolkata for that matter, and I was in Hyderabad and being welcomed so beautifully. So I am grateful. Yeah.
You know, you come from Calcutta and we have Kuch Bihar, matlab West Bengal.
West Bengal.
We have grown up watching Bengali films also. Today is a time when regional films are crossing borders,
yes,
you know.
Absolutely.
Today people are suddenly talking about South films and Marathi films and Gujarati films and Punjabi films and Bengali films.
Yes.
Do you feel that this change was always meant to be? Today even on Wikipedia, they don't say a South actor, Bollywood actor, TV actor. They say Indian film actor who primarily works in these languages. Do you feel that this change was necessary?
Absolutely. I think an actor is an actor is an actor. A writer is a writer is a writer.
True.
So you cannot, a scientist is a scientist, you know, a doctor is a doctor. It doesn't matter which language you're saying your dialogues. We are all human beings. We are all trying to create art. We are trying to make something beautiful. It is not a one-man job. An entire team of talented, creative people, they have to come together and they have to create something beautiful. And how can you contain it with borders or just language? So films are films, and I'm so glad that, you know, films are being dubbed in various different languages. And I always maintain this, that India as a country, we are a country of storytellers. We have so many stories from north to south, east to west. We have so many stories in such vast different culture and tradition and so many languages. What more beautiful than to be able to experience it all? You know,
that's true.
Just we are all Indians. So,
that's true. So apart from everybody, like I want to know that there are so many movies from the South film industry, whether it's a Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Telugu film industry that have done really well. Whether it's Vikram, whether it's a KGF 2, whether it's a Kartikeya 2, whether it's an RRR,
loved
Pushpa.
all of them.
Have you watched?
Yes.
Oh.
I love KGF 1 and 2. I love RRR, Pushpa. All these films are like amazing. Bahubali 1 and 2 is like my
Absolutely.
absolute favorites. So
Have you watched Arjun Reddy also?
yes, I have.
Is there anybody from the South film industry that you think that you want to work with, like from
all
the
of
actors?
them. All of them.
Who?
Mari muh mein ghee shakkar. We've manifested. Alu Arjun and my friends think that I had the opportunity to do a song for KGF. So I really want to work with Yash also. Ram Charan, I'm a huge fan of. So yeah, all of them.
I hope and pray that this happens.
Yeah.
And it's a time for crossovers, and I think that it's a time for people have become very accepting. I feel that audiences have become very accepting, and today I genuinely feel that you should also do a film down there.
Yeah.
If there was one film which you watched in South where you feel that this is one role that I wish I had gotten, which one would it be? We'll end with that.
Roja.
Oh, lovely.
Right?
Yeah.
I loved her part in that movie.
And you know, Ponniyin Selvan is also come in, which has Vikram and which has Aishwarya Rai Bachchan reuniting with Mani Ratnam, and it's again like
Mani
a Bahubali.
Ratnam sir, I really want to work with him.
I think you're made. You are that
Please
Mani Ratnam.
manifest it.
See, this is not a couch, but we can still do it.
Manifest.
We'll manifest it on Gulte.
Guilty.
But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before going, you have to say that again to all your Telugu fans. Nenu Ninu Chala Premistunnanu.
Nenu Ninu Chala Premistunnanu. Mwah! Hi, I'm Mouni Roy and you're watching us on Gulte.com.